A more fitting time indeed. Thank you so much to all of the ladies, everyone in fact who came out to support and I think raise awareness around one of the most important topics in South Africa. Now, we're going to turn our attention back to sport for a second. I'm going to take a moment here to really absorb this. For most athletes, their ultimate dream has to be to compete on the grandest stage in sport, the Olympic Games. And through a lot of incredibly hard work, sacrifice and dedication, a very select few can say that they made it. Joining us this morning is one such athlete, an incredible woman. Welcome to South Africa. It's American track and field Olympian Mechelle Freeman.
Yeah, looking absolutely beautiful as well. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. It's been a few years since you've retired. I think 8 years and 12 years since you were last.
Don't you giving my age away.
No, it's no, we're not talking about any of that.
Really,
I'm just trying to
yeah.
kind of sketch the picture for people. But when we were talking about some of the pictures of you that we have, and when you see moments like this, does it still give you that thrill of the track? Do you still smell the rubber off the floor and the heat? You know, how do you feel when you look at those images?
You know, you feel proud and you go back to that moment of that rush of adrenaline and just knowing where we were in that moment at Carmelita, running with Carmelita, who ended up breaking the world record in the 4x1, and us being here together at the same time, you know, emerging in our careers, it's a good memory.
Oh, the calm in your face, the intensity of the muscle.
That focus, you are so ready, and she's winning you out there. I love that.
And you know what? That isn't that's how you need to pass the baton.
Yeah.
I want to teach people that. Because
that's what your camp is going to be all about.
We got to teach people that. Right.
Is there one memory, you know, if you have to look at Beijing, is it, I was always imagine just walking into the Olympic Village must be insane, but is there one memory that stands out for you where you're like, okay, that's life goal?
I mean, when you walk into the stadium for the first time as in something you dreamt about your whole life, and you walk around and you see the crowd, you feel the energy, and you just reflect on the journey that it took for you to get to that moment. You take it all in, and it's something that you will never forget.
Yeah. And when you think about that journey, so much has been put into the preparation for each and every event, especially trying to avoid things like injuries, which are, you know, a risk for sportsmen. And in 2010, your career came to an end as a result of an injury. How do you get yourself over that disappointment? It must be gut-wrenching.
Oh, it's a process.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot for you to be at the peak of your career in a moment like this at the Olympics, and to all of a sudden when you had dreams to continue to achieve and, you know, your sport, and all of a sudden it comes to an abrupt end. It was a definitely emotional process for me to transition from not being able to compete anymore. And especially when, you know, in this moment, Tori and I, you know, USA, we were one of the gold medal favorites, and we know we dropped the baton. So in this moment, it was, you know, just picking up Tori here and just letting her know we had to keep moving. So it was a disappointing result, but nevertheless, it was a great journey to get there. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to go back for 2012, but they broke the world record, so they didn't need me anyway.
Very humble of you.
They were standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yes,
they were standing on the shoulders of giants. Is that, because it must still burn, it must still drive you, but you seem to have poured so much of that energy into track girls, into why you are here. In fact, what are you doing in South Africa, and what motivates you to give back to young ladies in this way?
Well, it's so important. I started Track Girls about 2.5 years ago, one, to help expose women and girls in the sport so we can really have sport-specific role models for all women and girls. And it's important for us to have a consistent platform to help tell the daily lives of track girls so we can help expose the influence that they possess. So I wanted to be a part of starting a company to help girls and show them what you can achieve in the sport and outside of the sport as well.
Yeah. With yesterday being International Women's Day as well, I was listening to a radio interview of one of our national sport coaches speaking about the challenges that they went through to get to where they are. In terms of your profession as a professional athlete, what would you say was some of your biggest challenges?
Oh gosh, just as a girl, just being respected and as an athlete, and to just have the respect of saying, hey, you can be a big influence and demand as much respect as your male counterpart. So it's important to show girls that your strength is just as important as the next person's.
Strength on the track, strength off the track. Thank you
Yes.
so much for sharing that with South African athletes. We've got so many incredible young ladies in South Africa with an unbelievable, untapped talent. So thank you so much for coming out.
It's a pleasure to be here. We'll be here during our camp on Saturday with Natasha Hastings. She has the Tea Time with Tasha Empowerment Program. And track girls, we come together to be here and show what the power that they possess.
Yeah, wow, beautiful stuff. Well, as we close off that interview, we want to say thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Mechelle Lewis Freeman in the studio! We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Woo! Woo! Yes!